Thanks a lot for your feedback. Oh, now I think that you can hear me already. Okay, I've started, and thanks Nash for telling me. I didn't realize that you can't hear me. All right, so now can you hear me? Otherwise I would have just gone talking without, anybody telling me that you can't hear me. Okay, I think that you can hear me already. Very good. Okay, if you can, just click on this two QR code. All right, and that's where you can follow a lot of my analysis, etc. Okay, I haven't started on the main thing yet, so that's good because I'm still waiting for more people to come in. Yeah, so if you can hear me now and can see my screen, please type yes on the chat. I think so. I think the yes are coming through. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, that's good. Now, so good if you can just scan the Telegram, right, and then follow me in Telegram, because that's where I really post a lot of my analysis. For example, before the breakout of Tesla, before Musk bought into Tesla, 1 billion of Tesla worth of Tesla stocks. Right? I actually wrote about Tesla and highlighted the multiple cup and handler. Okay, so it's good that you can just follow the Telegram, because that's where I really post all my analysis. And I just wrote, for example, Google, also on Xiaomi. I wrote tons of analysis into the Hong Kong markets, and today Hong Kong markets actually burst higher. Okay, so good that if you can also do me one favor, is to give a thumbs up to this video, so that other people knows that that I'm live streaming, and probably the market insight is something useful to them. Okay, that's great. All right, now while I'm still waiting for more people to join us, just to quickly introduce, yes, I do offer courses. Yes, I hope that you join my course, and that's really a very frank opinion from myself. Yes, I use a lot of automations, but today I'm gonna bring to you a newly products that are gonna be available very soon, which is the screener and a scanner. So the whole idea is that you still want a little bit of a control in your trading, but you want to be able to spot and not miss your trade. So a lot of people are asking me, how do I scan or screen for my stocks? And here would be the answer. Okay, so do join me for the course, because not only I provide you with the tools, provide you with the strategies, but we do, and I'm very proud of this, that we do have 7 coaching sessions a week. Now these coaching sessions are really very important. Yes, we can have automations, like for example, we can have robots to help you to trade. But end of the day, you ask every single person, right? The robots doesn't end up profitable after a period of time, and it seems to just burst their account. Okay, so end of the day, I still think that we need to learn a skill. We still need to make sure that we have these skills for us where we are, whether you want to trade when you are traveling, or when you're old, etc. Okay, now these are the 2 courses that's available. Today I will talk more about the Top Pro, all right, and into this system which is called TAT, right? So that's the one that I'm gonna do. Okay, and if you want, you can also take the free module, which is under the wash and rinse module. Just scan this QR code. Later I just give all this information to you. All right, let's get started. Okay, now the hottest theme right now in stock market, it's AI, it's cloud related, it's data center, it's semicon, or chips that's related to AI. So this seems to be at this moment the hottest. All right, now if you do have any questions, you can just ask me. All right, because I do trade which are known to many people. A lot of people didn't know that I'm trading into stocks. A lot of people doesn't know that I'm doing a lot of options. In fact, that Options trading, yes. In fact, I've started options trading when Steve Jobs first held its iPhone. Okay, so this is not many people knows about it. So when Steve Jobs first held on the stage the first iPhone, and that was my first options trade. All right, and iPhone is right now on iPhone 17 already. So that's how long I've traded in the options market. So in the daytime, I'm very active in the Hong Kong options market, and nighttime will be the US options market. Okay. So recently what happens is that when Oracle, in its earnings review, so Oracle said that whatever cloud related, AI related, whether it's data center related, whatever, the customers just snap up. Okay, without asking, just say, give it to me, right? So Oracle is hot in the news, and that's really drove a lot of AI related stocks. Okay. Now, the key question is that, let me just ask you, if you were to buy Oracle now, okay, perhaps that later on it might just move higher, it might just go to the 500, 600, or even $1,000 in future, right? But if you look at Oracle now, later we're going to take a look at the chart, right? You will be scared because it's in one day it gap up like about 30+%. Okay, so that's how much Oracle moved, right? In just the announcement, and the whole market was crazy about it. But why do I put a question mark here? Okay, why do I put a question mark here, right? And that question mark is that, are there related stocks to Oracle that moved up? Okay. All right, so that's where, let me just take a look at the chart here, okay, on what are the stocks that's related to Oracle. All right, and here we go. Okay, so this is my chart here, and I'm just going to take a look at Oracle. Now, what you see on my chart is the latest AI. Okay, yes, this AI. It's a very, very powerful engine that I've just developed, and the students haven't received this upgrade yet. Okay, so I'm just showcasing to you right now here. So this is Oracle, and then somewhere around here, Oracle announced, and on that day, right, it went up to 321. Okay, so that was a gap up. Now, but what I'm trying to bring to you is the pattern, or rather the things that you need to watch out for at this moment. Okay, because a lot of stocks are moving much higher, but also at the same time, you realize that the index, okay, so this would be the index here, right? The index, right, could be even going higher and higher, but it is also at its all-time high. So you see that the index is right now into that space. This is Nasdaq, right? Into that space where you don't have you don't have that guide, right, of how high it might go in future, because it's basically an all-time high. Okay, so this is the problem here, right? So when Oracle went higher, all right, in this space here, okay, if you had gotten Oracle here and you have gotten Oracle here, for example, this is a wonderful news, all right? But if you are trying to enter Oracle at this point here, I mean, eventually it might just move to 500 or 700, who knows, right? But what if it starts to move down here? Or what if you could just wait for it to go down and then correct a little bit at an optimal price? You'll be looking at a chance to enter. Okay, so this is really what is in this current market at this moment. How do you find stocks that's going to move up, all right, and probably to gap up in line with the AI, in line with the data center, in line with the semicon theme? Okay, because whichever stocks that talks about AI, it gets attention. Okay, so can I ask just one question from all of you? Do you know which stocks is linked to Oracle? which is in the market, right? A lot of people just brought up that this particular stocks that's linked to Orica. Any thoughts? Or any guess? One particular stocks that's linked to Orica. Don't know? Okay. The one stock that's linked to Orica is actually BE here, which is Bloom Energy. Okay. Now, Bloom Energy has moved up, all right. It's a huge amount already. In fact, that it's the one that powers the Orica in terms of its power. Okay, yes, correct. Yes, right. Yeah, Regina. Yeah, how are you, Regina? Yeah. So the reason why I want to showcase Bloom Energy, all right, it's because that every stocks, when it's about to go up, they show a pattern. Okay, that means that they show a pattern which it can be reviewed and we can actually catch it before it happens. Okay, what is the pattern that is being shown by the stocks? So first, right, number one, we don't want to be captured, we don't want to be trapped, right, in all this consolidation. This is what I mean by consolidation. You don't want to be trapped inside here. Okay, that means that you don't want to get caught inside here, because this is simply where every money, every dollar that you put in, you don't want to be stuck. Okay, that's something that you don't want to happen. All right. Okay, next. Now, what you really want is that you want that by the time you enter, it could be around here, or it could be around here, or it could be around here, right? That the time that you enter, it can quickly just burst up. Okay, so that's basically what you want. Now, in order to achieve this, let me just switch data a little bit to let it load, right? Now, right now, the weekly chart, I just wanted to let I think there's a little bit of a lag in trading view. So not only that, my indicators is not loading, I think that trading view in itself is not loading. Just hang on for a while. Yes, okay, it's loading already. It's very, very slowly. I just want to load for you to see. Okay, now, so what we want, right, is we really want to see something like a change in the trend first. Okay, when I say a change in the trend, means that you can do that in the week chart, you can do that in the day chart. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so for example, in this Bloom Energy, right, your ecstasy is that you can just buy somewhere around here or here, and after it just boom higher, because it's really went up like triple. Okay, but in order to suspect that something is happening, in order to suspect that this is something that you are interested to enter, okay, first, there are a few criteria. Number one, you must know about these stocks here. Okay. Number two, that when you know about these stocks, you must be committed to enter the trade. That means that you know about these stocks, but then if you're not committed to enter the trade, that will also be a waste of time. Okay. So first thing, let me just share with you what I used to see. Okay. So you know that in my chart, I don't have moving averages, all right, whenever I train, right? But yes, the moving averages is a very, very important tool where it can help you to visualize the change and the switch in trend. Okay, all right. So I know that you might be coming here to see what stocks I have in mind. You know, that is something that will happen later on, right? But what you wanted to see is that switch in trend. And then if you go to the week chart, you start to realize that prices has been actually moving downwards. Okay. And finally it's out. I think it's the data. Okay. Downward, right? And then when somewhere around here, let me just okay. So somewhere around here, it has been actually going down trend, with it making a lower high and a lower high and a lower high, right? Now, somewhere around this, do you see that it starts to make a higher high? And then the moving averages sort of like just flip and switch, right? Where instead of price staying below the moving averages, the price is right now actually staying higher and staying above the moving averages, and the moving averages just flip itself to show that higher movement. Okay, but in case that if you're not using moving averages, one very simple way to do that is what you need to see is that you need to see that price makes a higher high. Now this higher high action, okay, especially if you can view it in the weekly chart, right, it's a very useful very useful tool for you to see the switch in action. Okay, because why would investors be willing to buy at a higher price than in the past? There must be something that they are seeing that they want to take this particular trade to buy at a higher price. Okay, so every time when I am looking at a trade like this, okay, especially when the market's very high, what I want to do is I want to make sure I get a trade, right, where it has a long base. Long base means that a lengthy consolidation. Now this lengthy consolidation means that there is a switch of hands, right? But it also means that fundamentally the company has done a lot of things to turn itself around such that the efforts is being registered via price. Okay, why do I make this statement here? Why is it that the efforts are being registered via price, right? If, let's say, the company is performing very well in terms of earnings, then this is where the first wave of investors would be interested to go in. Because at the end of the day, right, it's not about the news, it's not about the broad environment. Companies, it's also about its earnings. So when the earnings is good, then you start to see that, okay, people are willing to buy at a higher price. So the higher give rise to us that this could be a possible turnaround. Okay, I use the word called possible because that we do not know whether it will continue to go higher. Because why? Because it could be seen as part of this resistance level. That means if I were to just hide the price like that, right? So we do not know whether it will continue to go higher. It could be seen as just a part of this resistance. It could be seen as just part of this downward trend here. Okay. Now, so what am I looking at each time is that when I see this higher high thing, all right, I will go to the day, for example, and I will just want to wait for the end of the consolidation. Okay, so right now I'm at the day chart already. You realize that when this higher high was shown in the weekly chart, so this is the day chart. So this was that high thing here, and then this was the higher high that was being made, right? And that when it comes back down, you don't want to be caught, right, in this whole chunk of a consolidation, because that's where it's where you have to keep waiting and you have to keep waiting, right? So for me, what I like to do is I like to wait for the momentum to come in, okay? And how do I know that the momentum is going to come in? And that's when you want to know that the consolidation here has ended. That means that you want to know that this consolidation has ended, okay? Now, of course, that for me, I've built myself this tag, right, which is this tool here, and then it gave a signal here for buy that shows that the consolidation has ended. Okay, so this is my tool. This one I won't talk about it, right? I'll just share with you later. But the whole idea is, you go to the weekly chart to look for a higher high here, and you wait for this consolidation to end. But a lot of time, it has to do with the moving averages flipping itself. Okay, so sometimes that you might be buying inside here, you might be buying inside here, you know, you might also think that it's a moving averages get supported, etc. Fine, but as long as you can catch the point where the moving averages flip itself, okay, flip up, such as, for example, right, this could be an entry point because that's where the moving averages flip and price stays supported. And this is the point where the moving averages flip and then price goes up and stays supported here, right? And that would basically gives you the clue that there's some interest in a particular stocks, okay? All right. Now, but most important, if you are looking at the current condition right now, I'm switching to the week right now. If you're looking at the current condition right now, right, most important, what you are really, really interested in, and in order not to be trapped, okay, because you're just afraid that you're buying right at the high and then after that you bought in, right, you won't continue to go up. Now, in order not to be trapped, then you want to look out for what we call as a lengthy consolidation. And the most important pattern right now is actually this pattern, which I've been very much highlighting to my community, as this what it shows as a cup and a handle pattern. Okay, all right. So this Bloom Energy BE is part of the stocks that's linked to Oracle. All right, but prior to it breaking out, prior to it, right, tripling in price, okay, what it show is that it has this cup pattern here, CUP, cup, and it has a handle pattern, okay, and this is something which I've been highlighting to the community for a long time, that we need to look for this kind of handle pattern. And this was the pattern that I talk about it in Tesla, and before Tesla broke out, and I can show it to you later if we have time. All right, but you do want to find the cup and handle pattern, and you want to measure into the cup. Okay, that means that you want to know how long this cup, what's the duration of this cup, okay, or even the whole duration of this cup and handle here. So the whole idea is that the longer the duration, the better it will be. Okay, so we have this cup and handle pattern, right? That's about 234 weeks. Okay, so we are talking about a pattern that's from 21, okay, 2021 to now about 2025. So this is like about 23, 24, and 25, right? It's about 2.5 years to near to 4 years pattern. So when it starts to break out, that would be really fantastic. Okay, now I'm just gonna pause here, right, to take questions first, and later I'll be showing you some of the cup and handle pattern that I'm seeing in the market right now. Okay, do you want to see cup and handle patterns that in the market that hasn't moved yet? Let me know if you want to. Okay, I tell you what, do me a favor, really give a thumbs up into this video. So click on that thumbs up button, so to know that you are interested in this cup and handle pattern. Okay, before that, any question? Any question that you might have? Okay, don't have, huh? All good, huh? Okay, very good. Nvidia, yeah, we can take a look at Nvidia later on. That's not an issue. You realize that Nvidia, it's also a very interesting bugger. Yeah, a very nice, how to say, stocks that is pending something, if you know what I mean by something. All right, yes. Okay, now, very important, where would you want to enter in this cup and handle pattern? What is the most ideal place that you want to enter? Okay, just for example, I mean the system that I built, right? So this is the system that I built. It's called tag, right? Has a signal that's here, and that came from the weekly chart. So right now I'm at the week, so it came from the weekly chart. So there's a system that the system shows that there is a buy signal here at this place. Okay, so that's the buy signal here, right? Okay, so that is the first location that you want to enter, number one, right? Okay, now second, when we switch to the day chart, right, and tag the system, let me just wait for it to load, right? I don't know why today it's loading a little bit slowly. It shows that there was a signal that's here, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so that's about $20. Okay, now which location do you want to buy, whether it's at number 2 or number 1, which I've shown you just now? 2 or 1? Which one? Just clean away. So which one would you be interested in, 2 or 1? This is around 2 here. Yes, okay, it's at 2, right? You want to get the signal at 2, okay? So we do have a signal here, and that was this place here, right? That gave 2, okay? Now, I need you to focus onto the red and the orange line. So for those, my students, for the top pro, right, you would know the significance of this red and orange line, and this is what we are always looking at, right? We're always looking at all this red and orange line here, and we are always searching for signals along, right? Okay, so in terms of a cup and handle, so if this is a big cup, right, and this is a handle here, right? Okay, the best place of entry, it's where you enter at the bottom of the handle or just before the breakout. Okay, and this was basically my entry in BA. Okay, it was a lengthy consolidation. All right, it was making a higher high, and I just basically have to rely on my signal to tell me that this was that entry here. Okay, so that's pretty much, right, the insight which I like to share, and that's pretty much what I like to share with my students, my communities, and those who are not yet with us yet. When the US market, when a lot of markets are really, really very high, and then you might be jittery already, because then you say, okay, I should have just entered this year in April, but if I want to enter now, right, what am I looking at? You really, really want to look for those stocks which are strong fundamental. Okay, or what I call as a turnaround stocks. Turnaround stocks will be those which have based for a period of time, and then it's at that brim of a breaking out. Okay, just remember this signal and the new system that I've just developed, it's from TAG. Okay, now what is TAG showing here? So what TAG is showing is that as long as these are all the support levels, okay, support, all support level. So as long as TAG doesn't fall below all these support levels, it means that the uptrend will still continue. In other words, right, these would be the place for re-entry if you have missed up. But as I said, right, it is a point where it has already moved up extensively. So we are scared. Okay, I mean, rather I'm scared, right? So if you look at that, I have this downward wick bear here. I mean, just to be frank, I've actually taken profit already. I didn't know that it would go up so much, okay? But I was happy when my trade doubled, and I was pretty much happy, okay? But I didn't know that it would triple, okay? All right. So yes, if you take a look at NEO, so NEO is something that I do want to cover. can we take a look at the Singapore one? Because NEO is a trade that I've been posting for quite some time. And if you were to look at the same thing as I mentioned, all right, so let me just get this one here. Okay, so this is NEO, right? So the first thing that I said is that it must go through a lengthy consolidation. That means that in itself, right, you realize this is a lengthy consolidation for NEO. Okay, so NEO, let me just give you a little bit of a background. Today it went up because it received 100,000 cancelable order for its new car. Is it ES8? So anyway, it's launched two new models, or rather one new model, which is Novo L90, and the other one which is ES8, if I'm not wrong, or ES3 or ES something, I can't remember. ES8, I think so. Okay, and it seems to get quite a good feedback from the market, at least. So NEO might be a turnaround. I use the word called turnaround because I'm not too sure about it. Okay, so it might be a turnaround story. Okay, but anyway, so let me just do a bit of a screen capture here first. Okay, thank you. Now, so you see that NEO at this moment, all right, has a few highs point, right? One high, this is the weekly chart, and then the other high here. Okay, let me just expand so that you can see. Okay, one high here, one high here, one high here, right? Now, question to you, do you see a higher high being made? Yes or no? Yes, right? So this was the higher high being made relative to this high point here. And then this one here was a higher high being made relative to this high point here, right? So yes, was there a turnaround? Yes, there was a turnaround. Okay, so it seems that this NEO met my condition, my criteria, okay, of a higher time frame turnaround. Of course, that we do have a bit of a basing here, right? So base here, right? Okay, now let's switch to the day. Now, when you switch to the day, right, that's where things get interesting, because NEO isn't the it isn't the first time that I talk about NEO to my community, but I mentioned before, I do not like to trade and enter too fast, because sometimes, right, when you enter too fast, you might just be caught. Okay, it's fine. It's good to enter here at the low. All right, provided it goes up. Sometimes when you enter at the low, right, you will just go down like that, you know. Okay, so nobody knows. Okay, but NEO is where we start to see that this was the high and then high, right? And this was the first turnaround here. So that's the higher high. Okay, so this is a higher high here, and then this one is the higher low. Now take a look at this one here. So this is your higher low. All right, I'm just waiting for the line to be drawn. I don't know why today the lines are drawn so slowly. It doesn't happen this way, huh? Okay, but let me just maybe switch to let me see. Maybe I need to switch to the old tag. Okay, I think I need to switch to the old tag. Let me just quickly do a little bit of things here. Okay, and then you won't get the signal. Okay, unfortunately, you won't get the signal, but just get the whole idea here, right? So so what happened to NEO was that it had this orange line here. Now this orange line, right, means that the trend of this, right, had broken, and price basically had reversed. Okay, it reversed upwards. All right. Let me just put in the moving average for you. Just hang on for a while. Just to let you know the moving averages that I'm using, it's this one here, is this set. Okay. And I actually do prefer an exponential moving average because it gives a bit of a smoother picture. Okay, so just let you know this, it's not a secret, so it's okay. All right, because yeah, so you do see that, for example, right, NIO had a flip from the downtrend here, and then it flipped upwards and it comes inside here as a how to say support level. Okay, now a lot of people, like for us, right, when we trade, so we basically want to see that flip, and we want to see that it gets supported by the moving averages. But most important, if you look at this orange line here, right, so it means that this whole downtrend has already reversed, okay, by heading above this orange line. So this was my first entry into NIO. Okay, my entry was about 4.63, 4.65. Every time they hit into this region here and it bounce up, hit into this region here, it bounce up, right? I just want to do a little bit of a replay for you to show it to you what happened. Now, just hang on for a while. Okay, here we go. So do you see this level 5.94? This is 5.94, right? Now this 5.94 is a predicted level. That means that it predicts, right, the support level of NIO if it's were to come down. Okay, just roll back a little bit more and like that. Okay, I think I just roll back a little bit more when it's here. All right, so one more here, right? So you see that when it goes up, and this is the predicted level that we have to catch NIO again, because when it goes into this level here, so this region here, right, so this is a higher high versus a previous high here, so it tells us the momentum is coming in. All right, then this level is the place for us to get more NIO in line with the momentum. Okay, all right, so that's where I've got in NIO again at 6.08. I didn't manage to catch the lowest, but when it pumped down here, in fact, when it hit here, all right, and then when it reversed back up, so it hit here, right, and then reversed back up, right, so that's about 608 here. All right, so that's where I got in NIO again. So if you ask me what will happen to NIO, right, this is the new predicted level. So this one is the new predicted level. So if ever it comes back down, all right, then according to the system, this is the place that we want to be looking at NIO again. Okay, now if you ask me on NIO, all right, this level here is a critical level, because if you look at the behavior of NIO, it likes to do a spike, then after that it goes like deflated, then it likes to do a spike, and then I also don't know whether it will go deflated or not. Okay, and it's quite common in terms of this behavior for NIO. It likes to do a spike, like fantastic movement, after it goes deflated. Okay, so same thing, right? Previously we had a spike that also fantastic NIO, because they launched new cars and they were all in the news, and they go deflated. All right, so for NIO, I have made entries all in line with the trend. All right, and then to catch at the bottom here, but I'm cautiously wary whether it will break this high or not. Now another Singapore stocks that I've highlighted to the community It's actually this guy here, which is called grab. Okay. Now, let me just highlight a little bit on grab, right? Now, you see similar patterns coming in. So here we have a base here. All right, so a base, and of course then this was actually moving down, right? We have a base, right? And what happened was that there was a price that went higher than the previous high. Okay, so it comes in the same pattern. Okay, let me just move this one here. And for us, what is most important is that price broke the resistance level. So it broke the resistance level and it came back down. Okay. Now, if I switch that into the day, right, you realize that, do you see these two orange lines here? So these are the two orange lines, and these are the famous orange lines that my students are looking for, right? And when it goes up, it means that it has completed this downward pattern. Okay, this would give us the buy signal. So it has completed this downward pattern. And I think that I was talking and sharing about Grab. Okay. In fact, that I sold out of Grab like a couple of months ago, and I just got back in. All right. So it tested into the orange line again, and then tested in the orange line. But if you see this whole pattern here in Grab, all right. So this whole pattern is a 197 bars. Okay, so it's from November until September. So that's about a 10-month pattern. Okay, and Grab just broke out of this pattern here. Okay, so this is the breakout of this pattern here, right? If you look at the volume in terms of the breakout, the volume was significantly much higher in terms of this breakout. Okay, so that was a clue. I mean, in Grab, and if you join our community, yes, I'll highlight to you. And our signal was somewhere around here. But more importantly, do you see this blue line here? Okay, so this is the blue line. All right, and this blue line is the place that if Grab should retrace. Okay, that means that if Grab should retrace and come back down, so this is the same line as what we've seen in NEO. Okay, so NEO had a line, which is the blue color, and it caught NEO when it came back down. Okay, and this is the same predicted level in Grab. Yeah, so this is the same predicted level in Grab. Okay, all right. So I'm not sure whether I have being loaded here. Okay, it's actually loaded here already. So it get a little bit more complicated here, but do you see this? Where is this optimal buy here? So this was our buy signal in NEO. So that was where it caught me, and I became interested because I received this signal here, all right, to be looking at the buy NEO. So when it goes up and then comes back down, and that's where I caught NEO each time here. Okay. Yes, was there a sell signal? Yes, I actually sold out NEO, and after that I went in again when I saw that it's being supported, and went again at 608. And this is the predicted target profit under the new tag. Okay, the new system here, we are predicting that tag NEO might just hit to 8.17, but I'm noting this level here. Okay, so this would be a new released upgraded version that's going to be released to the community probably next week when we finished up with some other debugging stuff, etc. Okay, all right. So I've covered NEO and Grab. One of the things you want to see is Nvidia. Is that so? Okay. Now, let me just let it load first, and I really want to time how long it is loading, because this is a new version that we are still debugging, and if it doesn't do well, then we will have to continue to debug again. Okay, it takes a bit of a time. Let's just move to here, NVDA. Okay, here we go. All right. So Nvidia, let me just remove this one here. Okay. Now, do you see this orange line here? This orange line here. All right. Now, this orange line means that if price above this two orange line, which is somewhere around here, it means that this downward consolidation have ended already. So same thing as I said, you do not want to get trapped inside this consolidation. You want to just enter and it goes up in this instant here. Okay, so that is what is happening. Now for Nvidia, what was very important to us, just highlight this one to you, right? What was very important to us was this red color line. When I highlighted this red color line to the community, okay, a lot of people didn't sort of like, this is a weekly chart, right? A lot of people didn't really understood the meaning of this red line here, because you have to understand, right? When for stock, right, or anything, it can go higher, okay? But what you want to know is that the breakout, that means that when price move higher, you want to know that the breakout is true. True means that it is a true breakout. All right. So the level here, which is a tech level, right, it's different. It's calculated using an AI, and for those people who have been in a tech in the top pro program using tech, right, they know that these levels, right, are magical because it's so accurate. All right. Now, so when price broke out of this red color level under this consolidation, for example, it's moved significantly higher. Okay, so this was the first time. It's not the first time that I highlighted on the red line here. I think that recently I've highlighted also on Kappa. All right, BN4. Okay, sorry. Kappa, which is a Singapore listed stock, right? And Kappa, also on this red line here. So this is the weekly chart. I also highlighted the breakout of Kappa based on this red line, and Kappa just went all the way from slightly lower than 7 all the way up to $8.70. Okay. Also, again, right, that these lines are the lines that determine when this kind of lengthy consolidation has ended. So what I'm interested in, right, in order to get at least a 50% return in stocks, at least, right, or in FX or whatever, I want to know that I basically are able to capture all these stocks that are just out of that lengthy consolidation. Okay, and this lines, whether it's the orange line or the red line, right, measures that lengthy consolidation. Okay, so that was Kappa, and the other one which I highlighted was Google. Okay, also same thing based on this red color line. Okay, so same thing, right, was a break high thing, but when it's above this red color line, it means that Google actually gotten out of this consolidation. It's moved much higher. So when I highlighted this was about $200, and right now it's trading about $250 one right now. Okay, so back into Nvidia. This is Nvidia here. All right, so it is again having this basing pattern. So these are what we call a basing pattern, a breakout of this here. Now the nice thing about Nvidia is that it is probably, okay, and might be forming a cup that is not near to the base. So I call this a base. All right, it broke out and is doing the consolidation and probably not near to the base. Okay, when I say near to the base, right, means that it must at least touch that previous all-time high. So this was that previous all-time high. If it should build a cup here, a handle here, it should be actually getting near to that breakout point. But this is the point that it is not yet. But the question is that has Nvidia broken out yet? Meaning that we do see a little bit of a consolidation, but has it broken out yet? The answer is it hasn't. okay? Because under the system, under the tech system, the predicted level, all right, that means you see that this is the blue color, right? The predicted level is 145. 145, yes, is the predicted level, right? Okay, but if I may just draw this line for you, and this is what I've always been drawing for my community, like that, and then park it up higher, right? Like that. So this seems to be guiding Nvidia right now, okay, on this downward channel. Okay, so this is what is guiding Nvidia. Now, if Nvidia can break out of this channel, yes, so this is a breakout. But one thing, I mean, to me, right, the longer that is spent in this channel, right, it's actually good for Nvidia, because it means that weak players are being flushed out in this consolidation, and it has time to accumulate, or where stronger buyers have time to accumulate the stocks. So in other words, right, even as it moves in this channel, it is still okay. All right, it's just that it's not going to perform as well as, you know, like the other semicon stocks, even if it goes like that and it hit this level here, which is 145, and that would be most ideal. Okay, all right, now just to give you a little bit of a insight into Nvidia, under the new tech system, okay, under the new tech system, right, you see that this support level here, okay, do you see this support level here? Okay, so this support level as a predicted support level here, okay, is a minor support level. It's not a very strong support level. Do you see this as a major support level? Okay, so we're going to have the minor and the major level. And then this support, right, this minor support level is actually predicted. It's not drawn when it appear, okay? I hope that it's not going to take a long time, but let me just show you what I mean by that. It is predicted. Later we come back and let it look. So the engine it's calculating too many things. I think that I have to optimize it again. The script is taking a long time to load. Okay. Now meanwhile, while we are letting this load, do you have any questions? Any other questions that you have, or any things that you want me to explore? Now, what I wanted to explore today is when everything is high, you need to remember this pattern, which is this as your cup and handle pattern. Okay, and basically you want to identify handle here. So anything that has a handle. Okay, so best is that if you can go into the higher time frame, where you can see that price make a high or make another high here. So it goes like that, it goes a lower high, and you find that one fine day there is a higher high versus a previous high. That would be fantastic. Okay, so this would be a fantastic scenario. What you need to do is just let it come back down, so you are looking at a long where it retraces back down. Okay, all right. Oh my gosh, I have to really change this engine. Okay, any questions before I moved on? Any question? All good? Okay, if this cup and handle happen in a longer time frame, let's say 6 months to 1 year, we are also expecting, just hang on for a while, yeah. Okay, just hang on. If this cup and handle, we're also expecting the handle in this kind of pattern. We are also expecting the handle in this kind of pattern. I don't see the other. We would not be expecting a very long consolidation in the handle. So if let's say if the cup is 1 year, the handle is ideally 2 months, 3 months. It shouldn't be long. Okay, the handle shouldn't take long. All right, it should be a short while only. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, it is not loading, so I just have to abandon the plan, and that's it. But anyway, the whole idea is that this is the resistance, all right, and this is the interim support. So tech would draw all these levels here, which is drawn in a level around here, right? So again, that if you can break above 180, then it should complete this short-term handle. Okay, otherwise the best level for the handle to happen is actually here. Yeah, so that is what I think. Okay, so that's Nvidia. All right. I also thought of sharing with you Tesla, just to go through the cup and handle pattern. Okay, so this is Tesla here. How many of you have seen the video that I make where I highlighted that it was a cup and a handle pattern for Tesla? In fact, that it was a huge cup and a handle pattern because for Tesla, depending on how you see it, all right, let me just do it this way here, right? After this session, it will all be cup and handle. Okay, you only see cup and handle. So please, there are a few rules, right, to use this cup and handle pattern, right? The most important rule that I mentioned is that it must make a higher high. Okay, so this is very, very important. So please don't just go and see the cup and the handle, but you must make a higher high. Okay, so this was a big cup, which I mentioned in my video, and then this one is a potential handle. Do you agree? But again, that this cup and handle, right, can only become a cup and handle if it breaks the high. Oh, that's very important. All right. Now, next, do you also see a very crooked, very non-typical cup and handle pattern? Cup and a handle pattern here. Okay, so this was where I've highlighted, and this is where tech becomes very, very useful. Okay, initially, I mean, to be very frank, right, I wasn't able to see this cup and handle pattern until I have this tech line here again that focus on the orange lines, right? So this orange line says what? It says that price has been actually going lower down, which is in a consolidation, and then when price broke above the orange line, it means that this consolidation has ended. In fact, that yes, we traded. I mean, in the community, I told, we were discussing this trade, and yes, we traded on this at this point of time. Okay, and then when it goes up, it hit into this level here, and that's where we have the test again at this level, and then recently it broke out of this one here, which is the not very nice cup, and then a lengthy handle here with a clear support based on tech level. Okay, a clear support based on tech level. All right, and of course then we do have this as a predicted support level predicted level, right, if Tesla is to retrace. Okay, so yes, right. And let me just see whether it is out. Yes, here we go, it's out already. So we have this as a, for Nvidia, sorry, I'm jumping a little bit, for Nvidia, right? So we have this as a support level, and you can see that this 179.74, okay, it's a predicted level. That means that when price was around here at this point of time, when it's trading here, right, we are able to predict the this level here. So in order for Nvidia to breaks higher, right, this is the resistance that it must clear, and then this is the first level of support, and then this will be the second level of support. So you do get a very clear idea which are the levels that you want to stand by. Okay, and for Nvidia, our entry signal was here. Okay, so this was our entry signal, and after that it just burst up. All right, okay. Now just as a highlight, in case I forget, right, in the new launch we would have this scan, not scanner, but a table that shows in multiple time frame, whether it's 1 hour or day or week, right, to tell you which are the stocks or which are your monitored pairs that shows a certain signal. So for example, under Microsoft, we had actually a strong boost on the 12th of September at X hour. All right, so these are things that we are coming up with the new version. Okay, like for example, there was a strong bull here. All right, that's on the 1 hour for Nvidia at this point here, and then the next moment it gapped up, and right now it's on its way down. All right, so that will be something very useful to help you identify all this signal. Okay, all right, so this is Tesla. Okay, now before I moved on to do a little bit of a closing, I just want to know whether you do have any questions, and are you interested in which market is showing a lot of cup and handle? Yes? And if I can just ask you guys just thumbs up so that more people can see this session. Okay, now HSI and Hang Seng Tech, and especially on Hang Seng Tech, has just broken out today. So this is Hang Seng Tech here. All right, now HSI, it's something that I've been talking about when it was 24,600 level. Okay, I explained why I was talking about it on a 24,600 level was because of this red line here. I think they remember the red line that I've showed you in Kappa, the red line in Google, the red line in Nvidia, right? Okay, so around here, this place, 24,641 was where the red line appears. Okay, and this is something that I've been telling the community. Okay, now when this red line appears, what does it mean? Because this is the monthly chart, right? And you track where the red lines start. Okay, it start here, right? Now it means that when price is above the red line, this whole consolidation, entire consolidation, starting from 2021, will be gone, has reversed when it's above the red line. Okay, and that's when I was telling the community that we have to pay a lot of attention to this red line here. It's a special line, and it just pop up from nowhere. It's just a special line, right? Okay, now, but if you take a look at HSI, it's probably still have some leeway to go. Okay, and if I were to join this channel here, it's probably have like 28,500 to the top of this equidistance channel. Okay, but what is really interesting, it's actually Hang Seng Tech. Okay, Hang Seng Tech, right, has, if you take a look at the week chart, okay, has done that consolidation. Okay, has met the condition of a higher high and a higher high here. You see, high and a higher high. All right, and if you look at it from the line chart point of view, it does show a little bit of a ugly cup and a handle here. I wouldn't say too ugly, but it's a base and then it broke. So when a lot of people ask me about, Hong Kong market, and there was a remark that I was like a bit biased in the Hong Kong market, but to me, this is the one that based a period of time from 2022 to 2025, and that's 3 years, right? And it just like broke out of that cup. Okay, when it broke out of that handle, this was the handle, broke out the cup, right? When it goes up and comes back down, I see this as a perfect, technical signal or whatever you call it, right? And price had already, it's also above the red line. See this red line here in Hang Seng Tech? So this was the red line, and the red line here, right? It's hover. It just took a long time, okay? And in fact, that it made various cup and a handle, ugly one, or you want to call it a cup and a handle. And today, it just broke out of the recent high. Okay, so this is Hang Seng Tech. So in itself, right, Hang Seng Tech has this basing pattern, and it depends on how you look at it and where you start that cup thing. Okay, where you start the cup thing, right? If you start the cup thing, this could be just a handle. Do you agree? Am I right to say that? What do you think? If this is how you view the cup, and am I right to say that this could be a handle? I just want to pause here and then get your thoughts about it, in case that I'm imagining things. Do you agree? I'm not sure whether, because I've drawn in the big cup and the big handle, right? What do you think? I don't know, but you tell me what you think. Okay, might be, might not. I have no idea. But, what I have here is a system, all right, that says that, okay, here we go. And that if there should be a retracement, then this would be the suspected support level here. Okay, all right. And along the way, yes, there was at additional levels for us to trade on the HSI. Yes, okay. Let me just roll back and show it to you. Okay, and this is probably easier to roll back. All right. So you see that when price broke out like that on the higher high, then the system, which is tech system, has already predicted this as a support level. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, that tech, right, it's predictive. Okay, I'm here, it is able to predict this as the support level already, 5371. Okay, so this was a predicted support level already there. So when it goes, it hit, right, and it bounced up. Okay, you see that? Okay, and it does trail along, so for us to continue to pick it up if ever it hit that blue color zone. Okay, in other words, right, if HS Tech is to break below this blue color zone, then this uptrend will be gone and the cup and handle will not be true anymore. But if it doesn't break below this level here, then it's likely going to continue. So again, if I say, right, if that the Hang Seng Tech looks like biggish cup and handle, that means that we would be looking for cup and handle pattern and a basing pattern in a lot of the Hong Kong tech stocks. So it seems that it is doing a little bit of a catch up. Okay, all right. Well, just a little bit of a preview for you. if you want to really know a lot more, then you should join my course. Okay, here we go. Just for you guys. Okay, so this is the weekly chart. We can just apply the same rule as what I've stated. Okay, so we do have a base here. All right, and do we have a higher high here? Yes, we do have. Do we have a higher low here? Yes, we do have. Do we have a higher high here? Yes, we do have. And then look at this. This could be another one smallish cup and a handle. Okay, so this could be the biggest cup, or we can say these as a whole big cup, and then a small little handle. Okay, whatever it is, it does look like a basing pattern. Okay, now, so next, let's go to the day. And then, remember I kept talking about the orange line. Okay, I kept talking about the orange line, right? So we had at that point of time, if I would just show it to you, right? Let's roll a little bit. Okay, that we have this orange line that came with it and it was broken. Okay, I think that apart from myself who entered, there was also community members who entered as well. So this is the orange line that break out, and then if it ever comes back down, this whole zone would be the support level that we are looking at. Okay, and then right now this is Bilibili, which is also in a way related to content, in a way related to AI, in a way, you know, depending on how they flip the story. If you want to look at Baidu, all right, was there a signal for us before you ramp up? Then what do you think? Was there a signal for us before you ramp up? Yes or no? The answer is yes. Okay, why is that so, right? Remember, we have this orange line, right? And above the orange line means that, look at the start of this orange line and at the end of orange line, right? Above it means that this whole part of a consolidation, that's from March until now, it's already broken. Okay, all right, so yes, we do have a signal, and what is really useful as, I mean, for you to get tag, all right, okay, because if you switch to the higher time frame of Baidu, then something happened. Okay, something very important happened in Baidu today, all right, that you really want to look at it again. Okay, I probably don't have time to look at BYD, but if you like this kind of session, you know, it's easy for me to do that, so I can just do a little bit more session to talk about it, because this is my interest. I can just spend about an hour without preparing, because I look at the chart and I trade them in and out and I know them, and it's my interest to talk about them. Okay, before this, what will be good, right, is let me just go through the material that I have. So this is the material. I never use any of the material, but I'm just going to ask you guys to do one thing, is that here we go. So we're going to have a name of change, because I've just upgraded the whole AI system. Last time tag was tag TAD, right? And because I upgraded, and now I like to have a change to show the upgrade, so we're going to change to TAD TAD. They sound the same, all right? So the new system, the new AI, the one I've just presented, is going to be launched ideally, all right, next week. Okay, so that is the plan. But today, that's the way that I look at it when it's loading live on US trading hour, because I just received it this afternoon for the new revision. I might just get it into one more last revision to go and clean up some of the code because it's loading a little bit slowly. So we're going to launch the new phase of that AI, and eventually we will be also introducing auto trading, which is using the new AI, which is using webhook. Okay, but that's aside, right? Now what it does is a screener. Okay, it screen and scan for stocks and send it to your email. All right, but you have to put the list, all right, into your watch list. Okay, and this function is available depending on your TradingView subscription. Okay, so that is what is happening right now. So for example, just 12 hours ago, what happened to US market at 4 a.m. It sent the list here. Like for example, it has the Intel, it has the STLD, for example, as a list for me to know that these are the stocks that break certain signal. It shows certain signal. Okay, so I can just go and check on it. Now the other way is that if you would like and you're actively trading in the lower time frame, we do have this like a signal table to show you when certain signal happens. Okay, so this happens for those who are trading in the lower time frame. For example, you want to apply this in the 1 hour time frame or N15 or N5, then it shows you in one glance, all right, all the symbols that you key in that has that particular signals that we are looking at or you're looking at, and you can immediately go and check that out. All right, so this would be the two new upgrades that we have. One is a screener that we can screen for our signals. The other one is a scanner. Okay, they're all the same, but then they make different functions. Lastly, if you do want to take my course that offers on tech as part of the package, then currently we do have the course fee fully refunded promotion. Okay, how does it work? Let me just talk about this one here. How it works here, right? So Top Pro is the course that I've just or rather Top Pro is the course, right, that has the strategy of what I've just shown you. Okay, basically it lets you identify mathematically the trend and lets you know when the trend has ended so that you can enter, or when the trend has continued. So those orange lines or those blue lines are presented or are drawn, right, via this indicator here, okay, which comes together with the cost. So what the cost comes with, right, is it comes with a strategy. It comes with a 12 months of hand holding. Now the hand holding is very important because this is where a lot of things are being said in hand holding. Like for example, we talk about the current market. I will talk about what we need to pay attention to. Like for example, students ask me, right, what do I think of Hang Seng? I don't give financial advice, but I just let them and help them and guide them on looking at the the signals and the charts for them to understand, so that you gain a skill. And this is really very important. And this hand holding is for 12 months. All right. It's not 2 months, it's not 3 months, it's 12 months. So you do get a lengthy hand holding for all my courses. And yes, you do have a complementary indicator here, right? So this indicator, it's going to get an upgrade such that it has this function, which is a screener function. You are able to screen for that signal. Okay, now currently if you sign before 30th of September and you pay via Pay Now or internet banking, you get a 12 months of the indicator instead of, you get an 18 months. Okay, that means a 6 months extra instead of a 12 month. So you have a 6 months extra. All right. Now, so this is the deal which is being currently offered by us. Okay. Now, we are going to move more towards stocks. So a lot of people thought that Beanie is doing on FX or indices. This is not true. All right, I've been doing equities, and equities is the first instrument that I first started. It's just that somehow my engagement seems to be towards the FX area. So that's why people thought that I'm an FX, and maybe because of the domain name, which is OFM. All right, so you thought that that's like it, right? Okay, but anyway, that's not true. Okay, so we'll move more towards the stocks, and our focus would be into FX, into indices, into crypto, as well as stocks, using our system. Okay, using our system here. Now, this is what we're offering. Now, in any case, if you do like to have a cashback, that means that your cost fee is fully refunded. Okay, if you want the cost fee is fully refunded, then you can get this deal from 8cap. All right, how does it work? Okay, $1,500 in Sing is given to you in cash back to your trading account, and they also provides you a TradingView essential plan. That means if you don't have a TradingView plan and you like to get a plan, then they will reimburse $155 USD to you. Okay, so the total package is $1,700. It's worth more than your cost fee. And anyway, right, with whatever that I'm giving, the cost fee is really cheap. So be surprised that I have not increased the price yet. Okay, if you are new to us, or if you're existing customers who hasn't gotten the cashback, then you must use this link to apply. If you don't use this link to apply, or you don't tell 8cap that you are coming from TerraSeeds or Online Forex Master, then it's not you can't get it. Okay, the QR code is incomplete because it's got cut off. Okay, let me just shift this QR code higher. Thanks for your feedback. Just hang on for a while. We shift all the way up here. Okay. Wait, shift all the way and then reduce that so that it doesn't block. Okay, here we go. Thanks a lot. Then you must use this link, and let me just send you this link here. You must use this link to apply, otherwise cannot qualify. Okay, because we do come up with a part of the cashback as well. Okay, and why do you have such a high amount of cashback? But because that's where we pass all the referral fee back to you. That means that we do not get any of the referral fee. Some trainers will just get your cost fee and then get your and if the broker paid them a referral fee, they just keep it. No, we don't. We just pass all this back to you. Okay, therefore it's very important that you must come from us, and you must use this link. Okay, your fund minimum 7,000. So this 7,000 is your capital, because in 8cap you can also trade into equity CFDs like Tesla CFDs, Apple CFDs, Google CFDs. So you can trade that. All right. Now you meet a volume requirement of 7.5 lots per month, means that you need to do a total of 45 lots. Okay, 45 lots as counted in terms of FX, but you can trade stocks, you can trade indexes, etc. to meet the requirement. So that's a total of 45 lots. Some students, the time to make this requirement is 6 months. So you have 6 months when you're trading, you're gaining your experience. You can just use 6 months to meet the volume requirement. There are some students who meet it in a week or two. All right, because what they do is that they open close, just to churn that volume. I mean that this is something which I left open to you. Although in the video, yes, I do cover how to do that using a churning method. But the whole idea is, in order for them to pass you the cashback, they also need to make some money. So after calculation of this 7.5 lots per month, or 45 lots in total, you still make a gain. Okay, what do I mean by you make a gain? Let's say, for example, if you trade Forex, if you trade Euro, okay, now Euro, let's assuming the spread is 2 pips, okay, and you open and close, means that each time you will lose $20. If you do 45 lots times $20, your loss, you lost a $900 in total. All right, but by losing $900, you gain $1,005. Well, you still make a profit in this case, yeah. So this is a very, very worth it deal if you look at it this way. All right. I forgot to update the date here. You don't need to open an account before 30th of August. It's 1 month after this date here. So it's 30th of October. But please don't open an account too late, huh? All right. That's basically what you need to do. Okay, so that's 45 lots in 6 months. Okay, the fund is 7,000 capital. Now, what happened after 12 to 18 months? Now, after 12 months, if you don't need the hand holding, you are good. Okay, if you are good, right? You don't need the hand holding, you are good to go. Now, if you need, then you need the hand holding, you need to listen to us, you need to know what we are trading, etc. It's $500 per year. Okay? All right? You can renew on a yearly basis, $500 per year. Well, if you're really making money, then $500 is okay. And our starting cost fee is low. We are not charging you $10,000. And really, we don't upsell. All right? If you asked my students, those who have existing tech indicator, they do get this upgrade for free as long as they still have the subscription. Okay. Now, this 18 months, what happened? If you still need the indicator, then you renew it. All right. So renew another 12 months and we charge you, is it $900 or is it, we charge you a subscription fee. All right. So I forgot what is that. I think it's $900 per year. Okay, which if you are profitable, this is a good deal. Okay, now the whole idea is right. The starting basis is gonna be easy for you, because I came a long way. I started in a very tough time. I hope that some people can just give me a hand holding when I was starting. All right, so that's why you see that the way that I structured the course, as the starting is easy, so that you try to keep afloat first, okay? To be very frank, you try to keep yourself floating first, be profitable first, right? Without paying a hefty amount of money. I cannot be giving the cost free of charge because nothing in this world is free lunch, okay? I have to charge for it. But I work my way to get you a cashback, and this is my good intention, all right? So please don't abuse that, because we had students who abuse this whole deal, right? And it becomes more and more difficult to get the cash back. Okay. Now, if you are only trading in stocks, if you're only trading in stocks, stock CFDs, not stocks, right? You can go to the broker and then they will calculate for you. So you do have to trade like an amount that is equal to per lot is 100,000. So you have to trade an amount that is equal to 100,000, which is per lot. But stock CFDs is calculated a little bit different. Okay. Now the whole idea is, let's forget about the cashback. If you really, really like to be coached, you like that tech indicator, then 1,005 is what you pay for the whole package here. Without considering the cashback, okay? Because with the launch of the scanner and the screener, okay, with the launch of it, right, it's going to be fascinating, I can assure you, okay? It's just fantastic, all right? Because you do get email, all right, alert when this happen if Nvidia is in your stock list. Okay, for example, I recently just traded TSM, just to show it to you. I just have to wait for it to load. Wow. So could you explain the 18 months of tech indicator? So the 18 months, by right, you only receive 12 months. Okay, so this is the new tech indicator, the one that you are seeing here, the new one. All right, so this is the new one. And it will be given to you as long as you have TradingView. It will be activated automatically for you. Okay, so that is what you have, right? It's right now upgraded such that you are able to get the signals and the arrows and what is it, right, to do. So if you pay before, let me just go here, right? If you pay before 30th of September and pay via cash, right, and pay now or internet banking, instead of 12 months, we extend it to 18 months. So this is a promotion only for this time, right? Previously, I have not given this promotion for a long time already. I actually stopped the promotion for about 2 months. So is because we are launching a new tech, so we are coming up with this promotion again. So you have an extension of 6 more months lah, to put it this way. All right. So when your support ended, which is 12 months, that means your complimentary hand holding ended, you can still continue to use that. What Andrew said is good. That means it's correct. Even without any cashback, this course is super good deal you can ever find. I really think it's a very super good deal. Yeah, for existing students who had gotten the cashback, who had taken the course, give some comments. I don't know what you're going to talk about. You can just speak bad about me and it's fine. Because recently I have been stopping my lesson 30 minutes only for PSLE. But please, give your feedback here whenever you want to say. So to register for this, you need this link here. Let me just send it here to register. All right. And then for the broker, you have to use this link if you want to do the cashback. If you don't want, you can just take the course. Okay, so that's 30th of September. Okay, I need to rework on this script. It's really taking a long time. Okay, but anyway, any other questions I can answer? Let me just show you here. Here we go. Okay, any question regarding the course or the cashback? When I sign up, how do I get to attend the course? The course is online. How to use the indicator is also online. Do I have to learn it first before getting the indicator to use? Do you have to attend the course first? Yes, you do. It's ideally that you finish and complete the course. It is online. It's not difficult, and then indicators come with it. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Andrew. Thanks a lot, Stefan. Yes, very good. Yes, I personally think that I'm proud. So that's why I can sleep quite well. I mean, I'm not charging a lot really for the amount of work that I'm giving out. I wanted to increase price, but my students said no. The plus cost, right? Very good. The plus cost. The plus cost doesn't come with the plus cost doesn't come with the this one here, right? The plus cost doesn't come with tech indicator, by the way. The plus cost comes with other indicator. The plus cost is 1,002. It's based on the alien wash. It doesn't come with tech in it. So if you are very much focused into stocks, okay, equities, or you want to try equity stocks and you want to build your portfolio for your stocks, especially when you are looking for this kind of signals. I hope that's out. Yes, here we go. Especially you are looking for this kind of consolidation. You see this kind of consolidation, right? And you want to buy here after after, like just before it ended the consolidation, then tag would be the indicator that you want. So this was my latest entry into TSM. It's the same thing. Look at this. It's a big cup and a small little handle, and tag gives you that signal, all right, at the end of that handle. I mean, I'm very sure that there will be a channel of support here. The blue line will be here. It's just that it moved already, so the blue line travel with it. Yeah, but then this was the signal here. Can the indicator be used to trade gold? Yes, it can. And we had a very, very wonderful trade in gold. Let's show you the old version. So this is gold here. We just had a, just to show it to you, okay? I can roll back to you. So we are able to predict that level. So this was our 4-hour level, 3611. In fact, this 3611, our community knew about it. Okay, so even at here, right, we knew that it was 3611. So let me just roll back for you, right? You see it hit 3611. Okay, and then after that, it went higher. You see that? 3611, okay? Now, right now, the new level is this level here, 3641. This is the new predicted level, all right? But if we are trading on the day, then this is the predicted level. Yeah. If you want to do a 1 hour, it's also okay. That means that we do have prediction in the 1 hour. But you have to know how to use them. I have to teach you. May I know whether the course will explain how the lines have time? Yes, it will. This one for sure. This session I won't. Or the course is just about how to use the lines. The course will teach you how the lines are obtained. The support session, this one here, this support section here, right? This one here, okay? We'll explain live how we read the lines, how we interpret the lines, how we look at the trend, whether this is a good trade or not, right? Live, okay? And your support session is 4 times a week. This date here, 4 times a week, and 1 time, especially by myself, on a Wednesday. So in fact, you take this, you have 5 times a week of support session that we look at the market live, and for 1 year, and the whole thing for $1,500. This is really a deal that you can't get. Plus, with the upgrade in the tech, this is going to be a fantastic deal. And if you look at whatever that we are coming up, right, for sure, if you look at Singapore standard, the price will sure go up. Okay. I don't want to use this as a threat, so we are maintaining at this moment here. All right, because if you lock in, then you get 18 months, right? But the students know that it's going up. Yeah. Yes, the session will be recorded. Okay. All right. I don't want to take up your time. I just thought that there's one last thing that you can do. Is to just scan and follow me in Telegram. Because I have one more session coming up next week. Alright? Because I do have a lot of things I didn't manage to cover today. I've listed a lot of things I want to talk about, but I just didn't have time. So I'm just going to move on to the next week. So once you're registered, you can get the invitations and the link to the next week. Otherwise, please subscribe to the YouTube so that you are notified of the next week's session. Next week, if I'm not wrong, should be on the, I actually don't know when is next week's session. Here we go. So this is the website. You go to the home page. Then it's here. You just have to click register here. Then you just register for the session. All right. So next week is on the 23rd, which is on a Tuesday. Plus details, plus costs. Okay, plus costs. I mean, most students will take both. Take both. If I only do stock trading, I should take Top Pro instead of Plus, right? Yes. Yes, if you want to use tech. Yeah, but I think that it's good to take both because the Plus also have a cashback as well. It's $1,200 cashback, and it's very easy to meet that cashback. It's only 2 standard lots, 2 lots. Yeah, the other one has 45 lots. Yeah, this is only 2 lots, and it's 5,000 in funding and money as your capital, and it comes with $500 sing loss cover. Loss cover means that your $500 loss is covered. So if you make a loss of $500, the broker will pay you back. If you make a profit, then the broker won't pay you anything. But if you make a loss, the broker will pay you back. It's a very, very good deal. Super good deal. I would think so. Yeah. Okay. All good. I will go and fix the indicator and make sure it's fast. Now I want to make a complaint. Okay. Now, I hope that you join us really sincerely. I'm proud of whatever that I'm offering. So there will be a lot more innovations or a lot more changes as we go. But I just hope that you can get a skill, get a knowledge. So this is not something where we just draw arrow and you get the signal. That it's a whole system, and you'll be impressed by it. It's not something that you're gonna see it in the open domain, the public domain, unless somebody copy me. All right. So I hope to see you. Okay. Remember, it must be via cash or pay now internet banking. Please do it before 30th of September. Okay. Thanks a lot. Have a good night. Bye-bye. And remember to attend the next week's session. Okay? Let me just send through the link again. So this would be the link to register in the chat. And then this would be the cashback link to apply for an account. Okay. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.